is in the hospital for what he calls his tune-up. Treatment for his cystic fibrosis now should help him keep out of the hospital during the school year. Today, researchers announced a breakthrough that could help thousands like Chris manage CF in their daily lives.
There has been an enormous bottleneck in the understanding of cystic fibrosis, and that has been the failure to be able to identify the gene which would tell you the biology. That bottleneck has been passed through.
Researchers say that means a treatment can be developed for CF. Not a cure, but a way to handle the disease on a daily basis, the way insulin is used for diabetes.
That's what I think we can see in the next 2 to 5 years for CF, would be development of new drugs that would help the progression of the disease and the burden and the problems the patients with cystic fibrosis faces.
And if I can keep myself healthy until they come and then we can halt the progress of the disease, then I'd have much more of a chance of living a completely normal life and a long life.
Cystic fibrosis is a hereditary disease. 1 in 20 white Americans is a carrier. It scars and damages the lungs and kills some people in their childhood. Others survive into their 20s, 30s, or longer. 12-year-old Katie Dorr also has CF. She's hoping today's announcement will have a very real meaning for her.
That there's a better chance of me living longer than normal.
That hope is realistic. As one researcher put it, we're not talking about future generations. We're talking about helping people who actually have this disease now. In Washington, Rick Schneider, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
On the Nightbeat Newsline, attorneys for accused wife killer Richard Crafts asked that the case be dismissed or the trial moved from Norwalk because of pretrial publicity. The so-called wood chipper killer is charged with murdering his wife Hella in November 1986.
Jury deliberations in the $1 million tax evasion trial of hotel queen Leona Helmsley could begin late tomorrow or Saturday morning. Her defense attorney's 8-hour summation concludes today that she honestly believed she could bill her husband's business for personal items and renovations.
Also known as BST and BGH, it's a growth hormone used on an experimental basis to increase cows' milk output. The animals produce the drug naturally, but larger amounts are injected into the animals.
They're putting it on all the pints, and all those pints go to all the stores in all the supermarkets. So wherever there's Ben & Jerry's, the message will be there on the pint.
The FDA hasn't finished testing the drug, but says the milk from cows treated with BST are safe, and that it has allowed milk and meat from treated herds to be sold rather than wasted. Ben & Jerry's is also concerned that increasing productivity with the drug will depress farm prices and threaten the livelihoods of small dairy farmers. Dairy farmer Ned Ellis thinks Ben & Jerry's is going too far.
It's a good marketing tool, I believe, and I think I'd use it if I were in their position. But as far as health is concerned, there's no health concern to the consumer.
While the drug isn't being tested in Connecticut, more than half the state's milk does come from other states, some of which are the sites of experimental injections. 5 supermarket chains are also taking action. For example, Stop & Shop has announced that milk carrying its name will no longer come from cows treated with the drug. And renouncing the drug is the kind of action consumers may respond to.
But of course, I mean, better safe than sorry. You never know.
Whether a clever marketing technique or a legitimate health concern, in this day and age of consumer awareness, the ban on BST may not end here. Doobie McDowell, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Looking ahead to some of tomorrow's news tonight, on Eyewitness News at 5, Gail King will talk with the author of The Palace Coup, the unauthorized biography of Harry and Leona Helmsley. And at 5:30, Dr. Derek Woodbury answers viewer mail on medical questions.
A free concert by Paul McCartney? Well, it happened tonight in New York City. McCartney invited members of his fan club to a free preview of his upcoming concert tour at the Lyceum Theater. McCartney's 47 now. He says there was a time when he thought all music equaled youth, but not anymore. Now he credits old Gerry Garcia of Grateful Dead as his role model.
If Gerry can still do it that good, you know, I mean, there's hope for us all.
The former Beatles' first tour in 13 years starts in November in L.A. I wouldn't mind taking in one of his shows. No word yet on whether he's going to come to Connecticut.
You know, on top of all that talent, it's reliably reported that he is the richest Beatle.
Of the Beatles,
yeah.
Yes.
It's our news tonight. Thanks for joining us once again.
See you tomorrow night. Good night.